I started a business about 11 months ago. In essence, every day for the last 90 days, I've averaged $5,337 a day every day. And today, I'm going to tell you exactly how I do it so you can rip me off and steal it. Let's get into it. So it's worth noting in that $5,000 a day number, I didn't even include the launch of the business, which would be the most ferocious because it was new. And I gave people the biggest discounts to join then. So I created the business mentorship. And to me, that was Discord, which I would spend at least an hour to 2 hours in a day. Video modules, so people could understand how to build a landing page, how to do a squeeze page, how to get people's email addresses, what an email marketing campaign looks like, then to help them with their branding, how to position their business, their pricing, how to create demand, all the things that are important to actually running a business. Because if you help someone just get more views on social media, it doesn't mean they're going to trickle down and actually have money in their bank account at the end of it. Even just little things like getting people to get rid of 3-month commitment periods, get them to get rid of a money back guarantee. In fact, a lot of videos on this channel are the exact kind of barriers that I break down with people when they start a business. Then I was a little bit cheeky and realized that there were some modules that maybe I hadn't gone into in enough detail. So I added new courses. And this is where stuff gets interesting. One of the new courses was because I saw that people were majority making short form content. So I created a brand new course and called it Short Form Content Mastery. And I thought, you know what? Let's position it at $99, which is heinously underpriced. But the moment that someone buys that, straight away, we send them an offer for the business mentorship. Then again, working with people in the Discord, people going through the modules, I realized that email marketing was a much more complex topic than maybe I'd given credit to. So I created an email marketing course called Email Advantage. And that was $199 because that is a lot more profitable. People making short form content, if you imagine this is a funnel, top stage, it's going to be content. So it makes sense to charge people $99 to make better content. People that have an issue with email marketing, already a bit more advanced. They've probably got their content on lock. They've probably got emails or they're in the process of extracting emails or they've got a bigger following, but they don't know how to get those people's email addresses, which is what warrants that bigger price. And if you think about it, the business mentorship really sits here because it takes all of those components and puts them together. Now, although I'm very proud of the business mentorship and we've got about 1,700, maybe 1,800 people in that at the moment, it's not the easiest thing to package because pretty much everyone's got their own mentorship. Every single creator on social media that's made a good income suddenly goes, oh, do you know what? I could diversify my revenue stream. And even though I do 7 figures in my fitness business, although my books and events do 7 figures, I could have another 7-figure business by telling people how I did it, which is in essence what I'm doing. You either die the hero or live long enough to become the villain. Now, I would refer to these two as satellite courses because although they're included in the main price of the mentorship, on their own, they're great for paid ads. Last month, about 45% of total revenue, not sales, was attributed to the short form content creation course. Email Advantage, I think, was about 15%, and then about 40% was the business mentorship. But the interesting thing here is it takes time. Some people use this and a few days later they purchase. Same with Email Advantage. Now, the other smart thing we do here is if people do want to join the business mentorship, we deduct their initial investment that they've already paid. There's no point double charging them. That just says, hey, I'm an arsehole. And as far as paid ads, we just keep creating creatives, doubling down on the ads that are doing well and pulling back on the ads that don't do so well. So what will be really interesting is for me to divulge the nuts and bolts of how it is exactly we get people into the business mentorship. And whilst explaining this, I'm going to give you the principles of how I like to do business and help people make more sales. So if the business mentorship is here, let's call that the purchase. Let's actually say that's someone joining. We need something that sits just above that. And for me, it's got to be a good landing page. And what I do is I'll leave a link in the description where you can look at the landing page. And the landing page needs to do what it is, why you need it, what you get, why to trust you, how to buy. Some people think that a sales call sits between these two. Absolutely not. I do not need to call a chef of a restaurant and talk to him for half an hour before I come to the restaurant, spend hundreds of pounds. I just need a good menu, a decent Trustpilot score or feedback from other people that I know that have been. And ultimately, if I go and it's a massive disappointment, I'll kick up a fuss. I'll put a conditional sales call here, only if you are desperate. Or better yet, pay someone else to do it and give them 10%. It's not worth your time, buddy. So then, okay, how do we get people to the landing page? Good question. My way, preferably, that I like to do it is with a 30-day autoresponder. Again, there's a link in the description that you can use. Every day, I email someone and blow their mind away with some kind of bit of business advice they maybe haven't considered before. Every day, same time without breaking stride, boom. The exact time that they signed up, they get boom, 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 boom. And by the end, on average, between days 19 and 21, people join. Now, the sequence is 30 days. They end up joining before the end of the days. And that email sequence is then split in two. We have people that joined from paid ads and organic. Organic performs so much better. This is why it's always good to be good at content creation. So many people seem to think that they can just buy their way out of getting good at creating content. No. Even this idea for this video, me. I know the cameras, the light and everything. The reason that my paid ads perform well is because I spent years mastering organic content. And trust me, organic's better. If you pay someone to arrive at your site, it is not the same experience as having someone follow you, like your content, engage with it, interact with it. Organic for the win. Organic is your cake, paid ads is your sprinkle. Then over a certain amount of time, people end up going to the landing page. Now, what if for some reason they reach day 30, no sale? Well, what we do there is we promote the short form content creation course. Because at some point, getting them in there, whether paid or organic, has cost me time or money. I've either paid in paid ads to get them into the funnel, or I've worked my ass off for years making organic content. Either way, if they've not bought after 30 days, we'll take them here. And although we make considerably less money, that is much less than what it costs to get them into this funnel at the end of the day. So even if they just join this to recoup marketing costs, that is fine. But let's not forget, a lot of amount of people that do this, they go, wow, that was really good. And they end up joining the business mentorship. And the reason I probably should have put that to the landing page because I go through an email marketing campaign. Then we get to the top funnel. How do people get into this? Again, socials. At the time of recording this, my main strategy looks like this. YouTube. Now, YouTube is probably my biggest means of acquiring leads at the moment. One, people that use YouTube want to be well informed. They're often your people that give a shit, people that want to do well, people that want to understand how things work. They are the people that aren't here to muck about. You know, I believe a YouTube audience are just more tuned in to wanting to be a better version, whether a business, whatever it is. I'm also a big believer that people just need to spend a certain amount of time in front of you before they decide to do business with you. Let's say that amount is 2 hours. If I use short form content, that could take me a long time to accrue those hours. But on YouTube, someone might sit through a webinar and end up watching a few videos. So I think when it comes to expending the amount of money that you would need to for business mentorship, YouTube is the don. Then YouTube, we also get clips. And those clips also make us paid ads. So then we can run clips from the YouTube content into paid ads to get people into the 30-day responder. We also then have YouTube that just has the link in the description, because even though some of you are just going to try and rip this off, you'll end up signing up anyway and you'll end up in the responder. This week, literally 2 days ago, I created a jamessmith.business Instagram, because then those clips can also come here, find people on Instagram, and again, I would then consider that to be organic. It's also worth noting that if people don't buy the short form content creation course, we will still try and engage them into the email advantage. And if they like that, they'll also find their way into the mentorship. Keep in mind that if they do that, they also get the short form content creation course. So although this looks absolutely chaotic, we have the 4-stage sales system that I talk about so much. We have Instagram, socials, we have some form of squeeze to get them onto the 30-day autoresponder, whether that's through paid ads or organic. From there, they go through the sequence. Days 19 to 21, most people end up going to the landing page and buying. Maybe 2% of people go through to a sales call, but I don't like them. The landing page needs to know what it is, where they need it, what they get, where they trust you, how to buy. Another key thing here, VSL. VSL is a video sales letter. And in essence, that is a video where you just very candidly explain to people why it is that they need your course. Doesn't have to be super polished, doesn't have to be anything crazy in particular. Just talk to them. Just make them feel like you're real and that you care. Similar to this video, in essence, is some kind of VSL that is existing up here in the funnel. Because you're spending this time in front of me, and because I'm doing this all off the cuff and explaining how my business works, you are actually migrating your way down here, because I'm trying to establish myself as an authority and someone that knows what they're doing. Because if I didn't know what I was doing, it'd be very weird that I'd be making $5,000 a day doing this. Once you have that video sales letter, it's just going to get you sales into your end product. There are some other things that we tried as well. We did a $1 course. Theory being that if someone was willing to pay $1 for a course, then they had a 7-day course, then we would upsell them into the mentorship. We've now kind of discontinued that, although on the launch of the $1 course, we made $10,000. It was more so to test the psychological impact. If someone actually gives you a bit of money, even if only $1, their payment details are already in the system, then it's just a click of the button to get into the business mentorship. Also, rather than giving someone something for free, which is quite an exhausted resource, for $1, wow, I got that much value, imagine what I'd get for 99. And although the $1 course performed well, compared to the other means and ways that we're getting people into the ecosystem, we just had to drop it. There's one last element to this that I'll explain, and some of you might have been in it, you might not even know about it. So for YouTube, occasionally and soon, we run webinars, which are 1 hour plus live streams. Again, the reason I like live streams is it's evident that I know what I'm talking about, or I wouldn't go fucking live. Kamala Harris is going to lose the election because she does not have the ability to make people understand or think that she knows what she's on about. Now, these webinars, we run sign-ups to. So we get emails from paid and organic. We then send traffic to a live stream. In that live stream, there is often an offer and a link to a landing page for that offer. Often a bit different. I'll do one for Black Friday. But then we leave the webinar on YouTube as an asset for people to watch. But then only about 15% of people actually show up to the webinar, even though they've signed up through paid or organic. And either way, those people, even if they don't watch the webinar, because we have their emails, we still send them an offer. How I'm averaging $5,000 a day in just one of my businesses, so you can copy it. Right, let's go back to the desk. Hopefully that was pretty interesting. And if you want to check out the 30-day sequence to see how good it is, or even just to get an idea of the emotions that you would feel going through that sequence, so you can create one of your own to put onto your own pages, then I'll put a link in the description below and you can check it out for yourself. And if you're not interested in that, well, YouTube is going to recommend a video and put it there. And YouTube's pretty smart and it thinks you need to watch it. So I'd watch it.